Hey everyone, this is your favorite radio host, your only radio host, Corinne Lafont, and your favorite girl on Between the Lines, broadcasting to you from Trinidad and Tobago, the lovely island in the Caribbean. And you know how I normally start my show off if you've been a follower, a listener, a watcher, a stalker of my show and of me. I am so grateful to be here. I'm thankful to see another day. I always say, each day is a do-over, you get another chance. So if somebody's not willing to give you another chance, whether at work, at life, at relationship, at anything at all, just know that every day of your life, you get another chance. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. New blessings, new mercies, fresh start. Forget what happened a minute ago, yesterday, last night, last week. It doesn't matter. Is what's happening right in this moment. Not even the next moment, which just went by a while ago, but, but in this moment. And I'm here with a beautiful woman. Her name is Jennifer Mannion, but we're going to call her Jenny because we just cut off one syllable and make it two. So it'll be Jenny. Jenny. Okay, so let me tell you a bit about Jenny. So Jenny Mannion healed herself in 3 weeks of 7 years of chronic disease. This ignited her passion to help others. She now is an intuitive healer and mind-body mentor who inspires people to create the life they desire. Jenny has seen clients heal from depression, cancer, MS, and various other challenges. Jenny has been on PBS's The Whitney Reynolds Show, as well as many radio shows. Jenny is also excited to be sharing her own healing modality, Be Light Energy Healing. Jenny offers many free gifts on her site. We'll find out more about that later in the show for people to jumpstart their own healing journey. And that's what we are talking about today, how to jumpstart. And what a great time to jumpstart. I mean, any time is a great time, Jenny, but what a great time. It's coming to the end of the year. People are making resolutions, the normal thing, where they lie to themselves and believe that this is what they're going to do, and they end up doing it over and over and saying the same thing every year. Welcome, Jenny, to Between the Lines.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really grateful to be here.
You should be grateful to be here after dealing with all your issues and challenges health-wise. Yeah? Tell us a bit about that. Tell us a bit about that. Just give us a bit of background about that and bring us up to this light energy healing that you believe is what everyone needs.
Sure. Well, I was sick for a long time, for about 7 years, and kept getting more diagnoses the more I went to doctors. Started with chronic mono. I always had the Epstein-Barr virus in my blood. Then it was fibromyalgia.
Oh my God, you had the whole alphabet?
Yeah. It was, yeah. I mean, the more you go to doctors, the more they'll, give you prognoses. And I had a genetic blood disorder, they said, that would make me more likely to get a blood clot. I manifested one within a month of them telling me that, and wound up in the hospital for about 5 days. The last was Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which was the most grim prognosis. That one, they said I would probably be in a wheelchair as soon as a year. And that was when I was in my mid to late 30s. So, a lot of sadness around being sick. I was a young mom, being pretty hard on myself, even when I was sick, just all the things I felt I wasn't a good enough wife, wasn't a good enough, daughter, wasn't going to events, wasn't a good enough mom. So, went through that whole thing of being really tough on myself when I was sick. And in my healing, I wound up, there were a couple things that led to my healing. Definitely meeting a good girlfriend that kind of saw me as Jenny and not sick Jenny, So, I started to find myself going on walks with her, and even if it meant I was very against pain pills because I knew that, with my chronic diagnoses, they were saying that I was going to be sick forever. If I'd started pain pills then, I was just very afraid of addiction and what my future would be like. But when I met this woman, I would take the pain pill just to go for a walk. And I started to find myself again. A lot of times when women become married or mom, we kind of start losing ourselves in the roles and judging ourselves on the roles and lose ourselves a bit. So I was rediscovering myself. And then when I saw the movie The Secret, everything just kind of clicked that I hadn't tried that approach yet. I hadn't tried really surrounding myself with positive materials, with watching my thoughts. My thoughts were pretty negative. They're pretty thick thoughts. I really did become my diseases and my symptoms. So I had said, I had nothing that I had to go to the doctor all the time. It was always just more blood tests and more, more kind of them shaking their heads, and not really knowing what to do to help me. So I said for a little while I wasn't going to go to the doctor, and I was just going to focus on, watching Wayne Dyer videos and listening to Deepak Chopra and reading Eckhart Tolle and, finding out about Caroline Myss, and really going inside to my thoughts and gratitude, and really switching around how I was talking and how I was thinking.
Yes.
And within 3 weeks, my pain was gone. And it took me a little while to go back to the hematologist to let me off my blood thinner, but I've been off medication for over 12 years now. And it really awakened me to the power of the mind and how the mind and spirit are connected. And yeah, it's just been my passion since to really learn everything I can. I think I have over 15 different certifications in energy healing modalities. I love sharing tools with people. The book I wrote is all about really easy tools to tap into your mind and spirit to just make yourself change your story. So many times we have these stories of limitations running in our head. So really about, you mentioned the resolutions, even with that. So we set these resolutions for ourselves and say it is a diet. We eat those cookies one night and suddenly we're hard on ourselves and, oh, you ruined it. And, we don't give ourselves the kindness and love that we would someone else and say, you know what, hey, you had one day where you ate cookies. It's all right. Start again tomorrow, or maybe the next time you'll eat 3 instead of 10, really supporting ourselves instead of being that harsh critic all the time.
And the harsh critic is part of our ego.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not our soul.
Yes. That's not your true self. Your true self will not be harsh on you. Your spirit, the universe will not be harsh on you. It only knows love. It doesn't know about being harsh. It's the ego that is making you feel bad, that shames you, that guilts you, that punishes you, because it needs to stay alive. And it will do whatever it needs to do in order to stay inside of you. Yes? In order to take you over, as a matter of fact. Take you over, that you don't know the difference between your real inner self, your inner child, and this false self. And I look behind you, and that was one of the first things I noticed. You have the phases of the moon. And we are just like that, changing phases of the moon. You were sick, probably small like that little one over there, the quarter moon. And I decided that you knew there was something wrong. You made a change. No, that change was to probably connect with this person who became your friend and who was on a different frequency to you. Totally. Somebody had to be on a totally frequency to you for you to recognize, hey, she's doing something that I could try, or she's living. I want to be able to live. I want to be able to not be sick, And so you decided to give it a try, and just simple walking, going out in nature, not focusing on your negative situation, open you to feeling good when you return home, and you wanted more of that. You wanted more. And so you're just like we, and you are just like the phases of the moon. Look how bright you are shining in that full moon. And we can all be full moons. We all can be whole moons. But like I said, the ego and the people, you said a couple of things. You were surrounding yourself with the wrong people. Yeah.
That is very important. Everything's energy. So everything we surround ourselves with, if our house is cluttered and not letting energy flow through, there's so much.
Yeah. People don't understand that, Jenny. Your house is cluttered. It's a reflection of you. Everything is a reflection of you. The people that you surround yourself with, the job you're in, the food you eat, the things you watch, the things you listen to, everything, the conversation, the words, like you said to yourself, you had to watch, listen, become aware of what you were saying to yourself. Because I have a friend, she's also on a spiritual path, and she sent me an image in WhatsApp, and it says, "Be careful, your cells, something like that. Your cells is eavesdropping on what you're thinking."
Oh,
And they
that's so funny that you say that, because like one of the top quotes that helped me heal from the movie The Secret was, our body's always 99.999% new. So in 11 months, like, we're totally reborn almost. So what we're saying and where our emotions are, that determines if we're creating healthy cells or sick cells.
But hold on, I always tell people this thing. I said you're sick because people find it harsh, and I say these things. Yes, probably genetically, in your family, whatever, or probably the way you eat, your lifestyle can cause you to be sick. Yes, I understand that. But I believe that your cells, which are living things, know how you feel, and they react to everything. If you're sad, if you're angry, if you're carrying heavy negative thoughts, planning all sorts of things, cruel things, just being horrible to people, it is going to react. It's going to clump together. It's going to separate. It's going to get small. I don't know what they do, but I feel my cells. I know my cells. And I'm saying, if you carry these type of thoughts in your body, in your mind especially, your cells are going to react. And you're going to get sick. You're going to get sick. It's going to start reacting to it, because it's like, what is she thinking now? What is he thinking? Oh, that's what we need to get together. Come. All you guys, let's work together. It's going to try to, and what made me, I think, started thinking like this is when I watched the show Osmosis. It's an animated movie, Osmosis. I always talk about it. It's a childish kind of thing, but it teaches you about the body and how the body works. And every cell works together, and it does what it has to do to protect you. So if it feels that something bad or foreign is coming in there, it is going to do whatever it takes to protect you, to do what it has to do to keep you surviving, and so you will get sick. You make your own self sick. It's crazy.
Yeah. And we're not taught to tune into our body. Like you said, you communicate with your cells.
Of course.
Like in my book, I have a whole unit on the chakra system, because I feel like that's our inner diagnostic system, like tuning in, learning to ask your body what's going on with it, and receive messages before it turns into disease, now if I get the sore throat, I know, hey, wait, that's my throat chakra. What am I not saying to someone?
It's crazy. But I think if people need to become more aware, when you start to feel these triggers coming into you, these feelings, these pains, these hurt, these unhealed wounds, is not to resist. I keep telling people, don't resist. I mean, you resist initially, the human reaction, because you don't want to deal with it. You're fearful of dealing with it.
Right. But that's the opportunity. It's the opportunity to change it. It's the opportunity to heal it. I used to be fearful too. I mean, it's not pretty. Healing's not all pretty, when we come up with our patterns and our thoughts and look at them. But again, it's not something to judge ourselves on, because they're in place for a reason. Maybe they were our defense mechanism. But if we can be loving with them, and try to understand or heal or change that message, we have the opportunity for a whole new life.
Yeah. And what do you have to lose, really, by facing it? It's like, all the time you're running from this thing. And how long are you going to run? How far are you going to run? How far are you going to hide? When you watch those movies, sometimes people just get so damn vexed. They're like, I am just tired of running. I am going to stand up. I am going to stand up and face you. I am ready to the death here. It's either me or you, or both of us. And you just decide, I am just tired of being fearful of you. I am just upset now. The fear becomes upset. That you're like, I am just damn upset that I keep running. I am just fed up of this. And you just turn around and decide to face it. And that's what happens with your fear and those triggers. You have to turn around
Yeah.
and
Because
stand up.
wherever you go, there you are. Like you
Yes,
can't run
Eckhart
for
Tolle says it.
you
Eckhart
can't
Tolle.
run forever.
That's what I tell people to, wherever you go, there you are. You cannot run. I love that statement by Eckhart. Wherever you go, there you are.
Yes.
It is such a simple statement and it's such a powerful. And you know, when I say that to people, they still don't understand. They're like, "What? What do you mean?" I remember saying that to a friend the other day, and she's like, "What? What do you mean?" I'm like, "Think about it. Wherever you go, there you are."
And I'm sure, we've all seen people that they run to maybe physical different locations, or they run to another relationship, but they repeat the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because, we haven't healed the underlying reasons of why we're attracting that to us.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even in relationships, Jenny, people are attracting the same type
Yeah.
of person. Why is that? That seems to be an epidemic. What is happening there?
I think a lot of it is self-worth, honestly. Until we deal with our stuff and believe we are worthy of a healthy relationship, I don't feel we can attract it to us. I mean, healing the past patterns, when I separated from my husband, I had healing work to do, and not blaming, not putting it on everyone else, but like owning our piece in it and making definitely the forgiveness piece is important too, not feeling a victim,
Yeah.
but knowing that we are in control of our lives and we deserve a happy, healthy relationship. But really, it is that loving ourselves enough to give us that opportunity to allow into our lives. A lot of women are much better at giving than receiving.
Oh yeah. We're
So
built for that.
we do deserve the love. We do deserve, an equal partner where we're both kind to each other.
Yes. Yes. And sometimes when somebody's kind, it's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You just don't believe that they're genuinely kind, because you're so used to toxic people. You're like, what do you want? What do you want?
But it's, I mean, everyone deserves a healthy relationship. I mean, but it's like looking in the mirror. I mean, we teach people how to treat us. So if we don't feel good enough, we're going to always feel like we have to do extra things to earn people's love, or, overextend ourselves. And, that just builds resentment. Honestly, it is really, when I had separated from my husband, I made a list, actually like a 2-page list of all the things I wanted. And over the years, I added to it and took things off. Definitely dated someone who was like, whoa, I don't want that. And when my love came into my life, I mean, I even met resistance because I couldn't believe he was everything on that list. It's like you almost don't even believe it, and here we are 4.5 years later, living together a year, and it just gets better and better, and it's easy and beautiful.
And be easy.
Jenny, it's supposed to be easy.
I am like, why should I have to struggle to have a conversation with you? It's supposed to be so easy. Why should I have to run you down? What is this whole silent treatment thing? What? It's supposed to be easy. Conversations, going out, talking, just go with the flow. It's supposed to be easy. And if I don't sense easy, then it's not the right thing.
Exactly. But a lot of times too, people are mirroring maybe their own, family relationships. They didn't grow up with a healthy relationship. They don't know what one looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So really, getting clear on that, and owning that, and again, doing the healing work necessary. You don't have to repeat unhealthy patterns. You get to choose.
Yeah. And sometimes it's so, we all need to heal. We all need to heal. And we're talking about jump-starting our own healing. So when you meet somebody, they need to heal you, because everybody has issues. Everybody. Yeah. And it's like, and you don't want to go into a relationship not being whole, and searching for the other part of yourself in another person. We have to be very, very careful with that. So when we're talking about healing, we started off talking about health, health, and really healing yourself and knowing about negativity. But even when you spoke about health, you mentioned about even the negative people that affected your health. So health is not just something medical.
No.
I mean, a medical thing. There are external things that affect your body, the medical. So the people in your life,
Yes.
If they're unhealthy, if they themselves are unhealthy, and most of them are, and they themselves need healing, and you have them in your life, then you are going to be sick. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's body, mind, spirit. And that's been honestly one of the toughest parts of my journey, is to leave relationships that I thought would be around for the rest of my life, you know,
Yeah.
friends and, you know, even family members, and really to say, you know, is this in my highest good? Is this in their highest good? Are we repeating the same patterns? Are they not willing to grow? You know,
And
are
some
they
are not willing. They're not willing. And you have to look after you, Jenny. We
Absolutely.
have to look after I have to look after I. And, you know, it's family. Most of the time, it's always family.
Yeah.
They are the ones. You see, we grow into them because we didn't know better. We come into this world innocently. We don't know. If we had a map when we were pushed out of the womb, and we say, hello, no, I don't like you, and you're toxic, I am not staying with you. If we had something when we were pushed out, we would be probably better off. But we don't. And so we are in the hands of these people who train us, carve us, influence our mind to be who we are. And it's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad that is how it was built to happen, that we are born to these people. We don't have a choice in the whole matter. But it takes us years, in our 30s, 40s. And I'm like, look at how much damage has already been done to us, that we are now recognizing, if we become aware, to undo, you know, unbrainwash ourselves of these things, to start living.
Yeah,
You know,
and even then, though, I mean, sometimes we can attract friends into our life that are great at one period, but, you know, as we start stepping up, maybe, you know, it brings up stuff in them that's uncomfortable, you know? So really honoring ourselves enough to walk away from anything that does not serve us and feel healthy.
I love that. Walk away from anything that doesn't serve you and is unhealthy. That sums up the entire show. Walk away. I am serious. Anything, including anyone. It's not only a thing, it means anyone. And anything and anyone also includes a job. You don't have to.
Absolutely.
Yes, because that makes you even more sick. The stress, the going by the doctor, you're coming home, you can't relax. So if it means not accepting a particular job or walking away, even if we know you have the bills, we know you have children, we know you have responsibilities. Yes. Figure it out. There must be a happier mode of operating that will not allow you to be so sick and depressed. And depression is a serious thing that's happening in the world. And it is such a silent disease that is killing a lot of people. So walk away. And I mean, just over this weekend, I have deleted, Jenny, I have deleted and blocked people. Just last night, I blocked somebody, deleted and blocked. And I'm like, you know, and I don't do it immediately. I give people a chance to put.
Me too.
But although I see the signs immediately, you know, Jenny, I see the signs. But I say, you know, probably my ego steps in and say, oh, give them a chance. You know, let's see, don't just jump to conclusion. I'm like, all right, okay, we'll do this. And but I know what I feel and I know what I see. But especially more what I feel spiritually. I feel this thing. And I give them a chance. And they totally prove themselves again and again that they need to be deleted and blocked. And so
yes. And we get to choose that. We get to choose our Facebook feed and what we are getting involved with. Do you want to get involved with political fights and, you know, negativity, or do you want to see uplifting and inspiring quotes and people helping people? You get to decide that.
And especially when you find yourself attracting these crazy, freaky people. You're like, what the hell? More and more. As one goes, another one. It's like Thriller. One, you try to kill one, you get another one raised up from the dead. You're like, you know, and you're just getting rid of these people more and more, because if you keep them around, it will attract more. And, you know, like Eckhart said, I was listening to Eckhart last night, and he says, you know, relationships are here to teach you something spiritual. All relationships. It teaches you something spiritual. It's a lesson. Well, everything is for a lesson, but relationship and is a lesson for you. spiritually, to learn about yourself. But sometimes, Jenny, it's so hard for you to discover what it is about you that is telling you. I want to find out from you, how do you discover what is the lesson it's trying to teach you? If you could think of one or two situations in your life that you had to dig deep, and what did you discover in that lesson? Because it's, you know, I find it a challenge to get inside, you know, do that meditation to find out what it is you're trying to teach. And I might say it out loud. Okay, universe, what it is you're trying to teach me.
Yes.
Tell me. I talk it out. I don't care if people are around me or I'm alone. But I said, what are you trying to teach me? I am open. I am open to hearing, to seeing, to knowing.
Yeah,
I'm going to wait. Because sometimes the answer might not come to you in the moment, Jenny, but I know it has come to me after. But
and especially if your emotions are high, it might not come right back.
Yeah, because you're blocking, you know? So you tell me, one of
the things I mentioned before is the friend thing. I mean, when we are stepping up outside our comfort zone, it has been really challenging for me to honestly look at a friendship, and maybe they've made couple of those little sarcastic jabs, you know, or something about you changing, but really to look at it and understand that it's not about you. I mean, you are maybe pushing their buttons for something they haven't done, or they feel like you're outgrowing them, or, you know, it's bringing up insecurities in them. Really understanding that it's, as long as you are staying true to you, you know, and you know that you are doing the best you can to serve, you know, serve yourself, serve the people around you. It's really important to just love yourself enough to know you're going to have to let some people go. You're going to have to.
But they might be saying the same thing, Jenny. Each of us are saying the same thing. They are loving themselves. They are doing the right thing. So they feel in their minds they are doing the right thing. But the sarcasm, the negativity, the insults, they think
that is never a good thing.
No, but in their mind, it's like, what are you making a fuss about?
Right. Yeah. Well, you have to love yourself enough to call them on it, you know, and that's what I have found myself doing. Speaking, a lot of women do get thyroid issues because that fifth chakra, they don't feel comfortable enough to speak up for themselves. They have that self-doubt. You know, they're letting that other person convince them otherwise, you know, or look at them, you know, they're flipping it around so the other person feels not worthy or that they're misinterpreting things. The more you sit and get quiet and clear, you know, ask your heart and tune in, the more you'll know. And I am like you. I want to give people second, third, and fourth chances sometimes because I love to see the light in people. And I know that everyone has that potential to shine that light, but not everyone's ready right now, you know.
And some people are just in darkness and they want to pull you into that, and I am not going down there.
Exactly.
They want to out your light. It's such a funny thing. They see you as such a bright light. They want that, and most of the time people, you know, they see you and they want what you have. They want to be like you. They will not say it, but they just, and they will suck you dry. Energy vampires. They just why? I don't want to suck out your light. I am happy to even help fan that flame of light in you, encourage you, but yet you want to suck out my light?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And looking at it, I mean, looking at that again, when you're not overly emotional, you know, maybe, you know, taking that breath, taking that time. And then there's also the difference too between conditional love and unconditional love. And a lot of times in families, we find
conditional love.
Yeah. If you do this for me, then you're a good person, you know.
Relationship. Teal Swan. I don't know. You must have heard of Teal. Teal Swan. She does a YouTube.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
She did a fabulous, I don't know how I ended up on that, but I have to look for that YouTube recording again. She did a fabulous recording on transactional really, and when that girl explained that, I was like, damn, I could so relate And you know, when she talks, it's like, it's so funny. You know, it's like when people do these things, it really must be a joke because because it is so ridiculous. And can they see what they're doing?
Right. But
You
they don't. And, again, it's that forgiveness. It's knowing that if someone is treating you like that, they probably were treated like that. They learned it from somewhere. So, we get to decide how much we're going to allow that person in our lives, setting healthy boundaries,
Yeah.
and, living from love ourselves. Maybe we will show them or maybe we won't, what's possible.
Yeah.
But loving ourselves enough to know, no, I don't want to be in a relationship that's conditionally loving. I want to have my heart open and feel.
But they hate you, Jenny. When you decide to be different and to stand up and to set boundaries, they hate you. And now that I talk about it, I feel they hate you and they attack you more because they see what's possible and they see you living a particular life. And it's like, I despise you for having that joy. I despise you for having that happiness. I find it sick.
Yeah.
I find it sick that people, instead of they looking at it as, how can I get over there with you? They despise you more because you assert yourself. You have boundaries. You decide, I am not going to stand up and take this crap from you. You decide that you love yourself because clearly they don't love themselves. Right. Oh my God, Jenny, what is going on?
Yeah. Well, you just called it though. They don't love themselves. They don't have the tools to love themselves. And again, like if we can forgive them from that space, not forgive them like, oh gee, I'm so happy you hurt me, but just, I'm not going to let that negative energy hold me back anymore. I'm not going to let that blame or feeling like a victim. I don't want those emotions anymore. I'm going to wish you well and send you away with love on your way. But I'm not going to let you be an influence in my life anymore. Jim Rohn said we become like the top 5 people we spend the most time around. We got to keep assessing those people, every 6 months. Who am I spending time around? What energy am I feeling? Where can I feel stronger? Do I leave someone feeling like smiling, laughing, or do I leave someone worrying about their problems or feeling like I need a shower even,
Yeah. You just want to get rid of everything.
Yes.
Just crazy. And it can be worrying to people like us because you're like, oh my God, you mean I'm getting rid of everybody in my life? Isn't there anybody who is good? Why can't I have friends? Why can't I find somebody I can relate to? It's like, and it's because of that kind of thinking you find yourself compromising, Jenny, and end up taking in these people because you want to have friends. We are built to relate to others. We're not here to be alone. So you start compromising and taking in these people. And this is what brings the self-doubt because you're like, oh, give them a chance. And, because everybody has friends. And then some people might start saying, why you us? They're talking about us now. Why you can't get along with everybody else? So it's like, we must now fit into their box.
Right.
Do the things that they're doing and fit. When we know deep down, and not even so deep down, we know it doesn't, it's not healthy for us.
Yeah. It's not healthy. That self-love and self-worth, like knowing ourselves well enough to love ourselves and hold all of those things around us sacred, it's body, mind, and spirit. Who are those people we're spending the time around? What does our environment look like around us? What are we listening to? What are we watching? Yeah. Really loving ourselves enough to watch our energy and own it. Own it. It's our responsibility to watch our self-talk too. No one else is going to change it for us. We need to be conscious enough to listen to ourselves. And when those old stories come up, be loving enough with ourselves to look at them.
Be kind and be patient with yourself.
Yes.
Be kind and be patient. There's no need to be harsh. Love yourself enough. And don't worry about if you don't have as many friends as everybody else. Or you don't have the type of friends going here and there like everybody else. Or you're not doing the things like everybody else. and you seem to be the only recluse in the house all the time. Nobody wants to hang with you. Nobody. Yeah, because these things happen. It becomes a lonely life we lead, Jenny. It becomes a very lonely life.
But then you also attract your soul family. I mean, the more you're on this journey, the more, you've let go of a lot of people, but you're attracting maybe fewer people, but they're going to be higher vibration relationships.
Oh,
they're
yes.
Totally supportive relationships.
I love that. And I thank you for reminding me and reminding the listeners and people who will be watching this episode. Because you're really supposed to be aspiring to a higher version of yourself.
Yeah, and you're making room. Just like if you clear out clutter, you're making room for something else. Same thing with people and relationships.
And we don't know the time we have on this earth, in this body, in this form. We don't know. And because we don't know, we have to make the best of it. You want to live whatever is left horribly in misery?
Right.
Really, no. You should be, like I saw somebody said something, violently happy.
And on all levels, like that's it too. Like a lot of people feel like, oh, I have a good relationship, so I can't have a good job, or oh, I have this, so no, like it's every level.
Everything. I said violently happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like crazy, going out of your mind happy.
Absolutely. And don't you want to talk to someone like that? You run into someone in the store, and usually the first thing when you say, how are you, is, oh, well, this, and oh,
no. Change that.
I love the people that are like, I am fantastic,
Yeah. When I go somewhere in a store, you go up to a teller or some customer rep, the first thing I may look at is their name. Some of them have their names, and I'll be like, hey, Jenny, how you doing? And then, just because of my mannerism and my bubbly, they'll be like, I'm good. I'll be like, I'm fabulous. How are you? It changes their day because you may be coming in and they hate being there. They meet some customers before me and it's like, oh, woe is me. Come on, do crazy shit, do the things that make you feel good.
Build your passion. I mean, that's it too. Like, what do you love to do? Like, so many people feel guilty taking that time for joy. But that is what connects you to your soul. That is what makes you have that higher vibration. We all have these things that we love. For me, like dancing and writing are my two favorite things in the world.
Me too. Dancing and writing. Oh my God. Yes. And be coming back to the cells, because everything is a full circle. Once you live happy, internally happy, your cells are going to be jumping up and down, dancing and writing with you. They're going to be like, yay, she's having a good time today. Party. They don't have time to clump up together and get deep. They're like having fun, dancing on the dance floor, in the pub, in the club, in your body. Everybody's just having fun. They know when you're happy. Your cells know.
Yes, absolutely.
They know, and I could feel them. And it's a funny thing when I say that somebody might think I'm crazy, but I know my body. I know my cells. It talks to me. And I can know when something is off and I need to take a break. So sometimes I might have a lot of things to do, Jenny, and I would be like, nope, not doing anything today.
Oh, I love that. And I just got to that point where I could do that because, I tell people I'm a recovering perfectionist. So, it's
true. It took me some time, believe it, because I'm a perfectionist too. And let me tell you, over the years, I've learned to let go because you want everything to be perfect, this and that. And I'm like, crap, forget perfect. I am perfect already.
We all are, I mean, it's a journey. As long as you're, actively participating in, everything we learn, whether it's a message we consider negative or positive, we're learning and growing. I mean, my sickness, I would have never thought, but it was my greatest gift because I found out I love to help other people, and all these tools to do it. I mean, we don't know, we have to be conscious enough not to quickly judge everything and really just trust, trust the universe has our back, trust that, when we tune in, we will receive those answers.
That's right. And you're saying some key things, Jenny. Consciousness, awareness. A lot of people are very unconscious and walking dead around us. They don't know. They don't know. And they feel they know, but they're just like a hamster on a wheel, just running, running, running. You have to become conscious and aware. Conscious and aware. And it takes work. It takes meditation. It takes silence. I cannot take noise. I love silence. There's so much noise even going on in silence, believe it. You know, there's so, and you have to separate out the clutter and just focus, you know, really, really, because the monkey chatter, according to Eckhart Tolle, that goes on in your mind when there's silence, it can drown out everything else that you're supposed to be really focusing on. Wow.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, when you start listening, again, have that loving kindness for yourself, because, you know, I recently heard the statistic, the average human has about 60,000 thoughts a day. 95% of them are the same as yesterday, and 80% are negative.
Oh, geez.
So we have a lot of wiggle room to improve. You know, that's why I encourage doing new things too. Like if you're taking a course, or if you go drive a different way, or go to a different store, like you're changing, you're allowing yourself to change those thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, if you start in meditation and really start listening, you can choose the new thoughts that you want. And
everything
it's only
is a
that
choice.
consciousness and awareness that we're going to move out of that negativity. Mm-hmm. And really, you know, find that soul within us, you know, find that true self and connect with it and live from there.
Everything is a choice.
Yes.
You made a choice to change the way you think when you decided that all the doctors were telling you, this is what you're going to be. This is what you decided. You had a choice and you made a change. You decided you had a choice and you changed the people in your lives, whether family, friends, workers, whatever. You decided, you made a choice. You know you have a choice in the way you live, you know, how you live. You started to read, you started to follow, you made a choice what you consume,
yeah,
what you eat, what you read, what you look at, what you listen to, that now you're following Teal Swan and Eckhart and Wayne Dyer. You know, these are the same people I follow. You're doing the things, you made a choice that you're going to follow your passion.
Absolutely.
Dancing and writing, that is what brings you joy. That is who you are. You made a choice that you're going to tame that ego, get rid of that ego, and focus on your inner self. You made a choice that all the monkey chatter negativity, you're going to not listen to it. Watch them like clouds, as Eckhart says, floating across, you know, passing by. Just like if you sit in a park, there people are just coming and going. Just like that. It's a choice. So your healing, or anyone's healing, is a choice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the more love you can give yourself as you're going through that, the better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you will come across, like I said, healing's not all joyful. I mean, you're going to come across patterns and behaviors and beliefs and stories running. And the only way to change them is through love, not fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, false evidence appearing real. It's not even real. Fear is not even real, people. Oh my God. Jenny, tell me your website. Let me see if I can bring that up.
Sure. It's JennyMannion.com, JennyMannion.com.
MANNION. Let me see here now. Yes, there we go. Hold on, I'm going to share the screen. There you are.
There I am. Thank you.
Yes, and you said you have lots of free gifts. What are you giving away, or you want to share with the audience?
Yes, absolutely. I give a free chapter of my book, which is A Short Path to Change, 30 Ways to Transform Your Life. It's actually the chapter on forgiveness and self-forgiveness, and it has the exercise.
Wow. I'm going to collect that.
Yeah, it has the exercise of Ho'oponopono in it, which is a powerful healing modality. Yeah. I have a video healing meditation, an energy healing meditation. I have my free chakra poems ebook, so it's poems about the chakras to make them real simple so you can learn how to listen to your body. And then if your listeners say that they found me through you, I'm more than happy to give them a 20-minute complimentary awakening session. So just where we talk, and I'll offer them some free tools.
I'm going to take up that, Jenny. Look out for me.
Absolutely. I welcome that.
I am going to take that up. And I'm eager to check out the chakras, because I understand about the chakras, but I don't know them extremely well. And I know each is attached to different parts of the body and spirituality. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm definitely, when I'm finished with you here, I'm going to put in my name and email address to get those benefits of yours, honestly, because we're on the same path. We're on the same path. And people like us, people like us need to connect so that we the energy is even stronger. It's even stronger. Yeah.
Yes. And that is the beautiful thing about now, you know, again, watching where you're putting your energy. If you are, God forbid, watching the news right now or anything like that on a regular basis, you're going to feel disempowered.
Not me. I know nothing that's going on in the world, honestly. And I feel no shame in that, because I just can't. I just know I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick. Just listening to the things that's going on in the world, I am going to be sick. Because I know what I am, you know, spiritually, I know what I am. And I tend to take in what's going on in the world. I don't even have to watch the TV to know what's going on in the world. I know.
Yeah, you're empathic.
I'm empathic. Yes. And it's not a simple empath either. So I can walk into a room and I know what's going on. I can tell. You don't even have to be in my physical space for me to know. So it's that serious. So this is why boundaries are so critical to me. I have to. And I wasn't doing the boundaries before. But lately, after realizing and discovering and being on the spiritual path and knowing what I am, I've decided, no, boundaries it is. You know, Great Wall of China even. Right? Great Wall of China even. I built it myself, Jenny. So that, right? I have to do what I have to do to protect myself. That's just what it is. So this is awesome. This is awesome. Can I just run this little video? Is it going to be long?
Sure.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jenny Mannion. Thank you so much for visiting JennyMannion.com. My journey began in healing myself of several chronic diseases in 3 weeks. I had been ill for 7 years and in a lot of pain. The first diagnosis I received was chronic mono. They always found the Epstein-Barr virus in my blood. The next was fibromyalgia. I felt like I had the flu on most days. The next was factor V Leiden, a genetic blood disorder, which had the doctors tell me I was much more likely to have a blood clot, which I promptly manifested within a month and wound up in the hospital for 4 days. The last was the most grim diagnosis and prognosis. They said I had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, benign hypermobility, and that I would probably wind up in a wheelchair as soon as a year. And as a young mom in my mid-30s, that was really a heartbreaking prognosis. And they said that my life would consist of being on pain pills and intense physical therapy. Through a few synchronistic events, I was able to find the tools that I needed to heal myself of all pain and disease in 3 weeks. I have been healthy for 9 years now, and what my illness and healing did was really ignite my passion for helping others heal from within, whatever needs to be healed in their lives, to tap into that inner power, tap into that mind-body connection, and to rid themselves of past patterns and behaviors so that they can start creating the life of their dreams. I am passionate about my work. I just had my first book published by Llewellyn Publishing, January 2016. It's very exciting. It's called The Short Path to Change, 30 Ways to Transform Your Life. And then I offer a bunch of really short, easy tools. They can be from a few seconds to a few minutes, and on how to rid yourself of the past patterns and behaviors and start to create real, lasting change in your life, whether it be emotionally, physically, mentally,
financially, and in relationships. So many times we fall into patterns of behavior and start believing these beliefs that really don't have to be true if we decide to change our minds and have enough self-worth and self-love to know that we're able to step forward into a new reality, one that we are creating consciously. In my book, I offer many tools to get present, to get rid of the old stuff, to tap into our energy bodies, and really tools to just keep moving forward. In my practice as a healing practitioner, I help people as mind-body mentor use those tools and more. I also help them on the energetic level. I offer reconnective healing at a distance and in person, and other energy modalities, as well as soul realignment, which is Akashic record clearing. So we can look at past patterns and behaviors and your soul gifts and really remove those blocks and restrictions so we can let you shine and come into your fullness of potential. It is my gift and honor to work with people. My life looks like I never dreamed it would look. I have a thriving healing practice. I have my first book published. I had a relationship beyond my wildest dreams, good relationships with my children. I am just really honored and blessed to be able to serve and to be able to help people tap into their own unlimitedness of being so they can create the life that they want, no matter how that looks for them. I would love for you to subscribe. If you subscribe, I'm happy to offer you the first chapter of my book for free, as well as a 10-minute consultation or a 20-minute consultation with the purchase of my book. As I said, I am so passionate about working with people and love to see those aha moments and people start to understand that really they can start to create the life that they've always dreamed of, or maybe even never dared to dream of. It's not that hard. It begins with self-love. I have lots of tools to share with you. I hope you'll subscribe and join me. Thank you.
Nice. All right, let me close this. Beautiful. So there are lots of free things that, oh, and there is Eckhart.
Oh, that's funny.
He timed it perfectly. Right? So there are lots of free things to really jumpstart somebody's journey.
Yes.
You know, to wellness and healing. And I think, you know, this should really, as I said, give them a leap into more. So they should be seeking more, looking for more as they go along. Yeah. So Jenny, you will be seeing my name in there.
Wonderful. I look forward to that.
Yes, you will be seeing my name in there. And I'm just trying to scroll down. So you have, you know, more stuff here.
Yeah, and I have like over 200 articles too on healing.
Nice.
So yeah, really try to give my subscribers a lot. I mean, I know that these little tools can seriously change our lives. You know, it doesn't really take a ton of time, but it does take some awareness and that self-worth and self-love to know that we can change.
Yes, and it is possible. It is possible. Yes. Jenny, I want to thank you so much. You know, every time I look at you, I see the phases of the moon, and it so aptly describes, you know, everything that we're saying, you know, the different changes, the phases that we go through. Mm-hmm. We don't just come out and become a full moon. You know, you start off little and you gradually progress. And that's what this whole healing is about. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be in a week or a month or a year. It takes years, and it's always going on. Yeah, it's always
unfolding. I'll be working on myself till I'm not on this planet anymore.
Right.
Just keep getting better and better. Yeah. So that's the motivation too.
Yeah. And what just popped into my mind is that if you really work on your spirit right now, your energy, your light, when you leave your body, I think you will be so better prepared when you cross over, because you cannot kill spirit, you cannot kill energy. Right. So if you start working on that from now, which is really, I think, supposed to be the plan of the Creator, really to work on your spirit, so that when you go over, when you leave this physical form, you're set. You don't have to worry. There's no worry about that, which is probably why the gurus and the masters and, you know, these people are not worried about dying, because that's the ultimate thing. You should be working towards your spirit being free. You know? It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Jenny, for being on.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun speaking with you.
I had a lot of fun too, and I learned a lot. And look out for my name. And I am going to be signing up for that. I'm telling you. Thank you so much for being
wonderful. Take care.
You too.